This is Tales and Whispers, where every story is felt, not just heard.
I've got a really remarkable story for you today. It's one of those stories that kind of challenges what we think we know about connection, about gratitude, and about saying goodbye. It's a story about a final farewell that was witnessed by some very, very unusual guests.
Just picture this for a second. Imagine you're at a funeral, and suddenly guests start showing up. Guests who have never, ever spoken a single word. And yet you get the feeling they've come from a long, long way away, all to say just one thing: thank you.
So our story really begins with these totally unexpected guests, in a scene that, I promise you, no one who was there will ever forget.
Okay, so let's set the scene. It's March 2015. We're in a quiet little city somewhere in Mexico, inside a completely normal, everyday funeral home. Everything is just as you'd expect.
Family and friends are gathered, it's quiet. And then the door to the chapel creaks open.
A dog walks in, but it doesn't bark. It doesn't run around or cause any kind of a scene. It just walks, very calmly, right up to the coffin and lies down beside it. Almost like it's saying, "I'm here."
But it doesn't end there. A few moments later, another dog comes in, then another, and another. One after another, they just arrive. It's this quiet, orderly procession. It's strange, right? It's like they all knew exactly where they were going and why.
And this is where it gets really weird. The staff at the funeral home, they're just stunned. They said, "These dogs? We've never seen them around here before." So these weren't just some local strays who happened to wander in. No, they came for a reason.
So who were they all there for?
Well, the answer is found in a life that was absolutely defined by quiet acts of mercy.
The woman they were honoring that day was Margarita Suarez. She'd passed away at the age of 71.
You see, Margarita had this daily routine. It was a simple thing, something most people probably wouldn't even notice. Every single day, without fail, she would go out and feed the stray animals in her neighborhood. And she did it with so much patience and so much compassion.
And Margarita's family, they recognized these dogs right away. But here's the part that's just mind-blowing. The funeral was being held over 1,300 kilometers away from her home. That's more than 800 miles. Somehow these animals traveled an absolutely impossible distance to be there for her.
And what happened next was just this unbelievable display of devotion that left everyone completely speechless. It was a silent, loyal vigil.
So first they arrive, and they just quietly surround the coffin, like a circle of furry honor guards. Then, as the human mourners start to leave for the night, the dogs, they stay. They refused to leave. They kept watch all night long. And in the morning, when the hearse was ready to leave, they formed this solemn little procession and walked right behind it, a final, loyal escort.
And then it was time for the final farewell.
Their departure was just as incredible as their arrival. Literally moments before Margarita's body was going to be moved for cremation, the dogs, almost as if on some silent cue, all took a single step back. And then, one by one, they quietly turned and left. Their job was done.
And if that story wasn't amazing enough, later that night, one more visitor showed up. A single bird flew into the chapel, landed near where the coffin had been, sang this short, beautiful little song, and then just flew away into the night, leaving everyone in stunned silence.
So what does all this mean? What's the point? Well, I think it points to a really simple but profound truth. Kindness is never, ever wasted. Margarita's daughter was the one who shared the photos of all this. I mean, she turned this moment of deep grief into something truly miraculous for the world to see. And she summed up the whole experience with this one simple, powerful thought. I believe they came to say thank you.
And that's really the moral of the story, isn't it? Goodness is never lost. Mercy is never forgotten, even if the one paying it back doesn't have words to say so.
So how do we take a story like this and bring it into our own lives? Well, I think it's pretty simple. First, do good things without needing a round of applause. Second, be merciful to those who are overlooked or weak, whether that's a stray animal or a person who just feels invisible. And finally, this story leaves us with one last really powerful question to think about.
I want you to ask yourself this: who in my life needs mercy?
And why am I waiting?